So, hope everyone's having a great so.
All right, let's take a look at GJ at this point over here. Seems like GPGPY is just not good. Struggling a lot at this point over here. Let's do some fresh analysis. So looking at GPGPY, doing a fresh analysis, let's take a look at the weekly here. So weekly did eventually go bullish, just like how we anticipated when this week started. That based on previous weekly, we had a support form at the bottom. This should continue heading up. We still got some room going up to 138. Now again, this is Friday. This week has been a tough week. There's been some ranging here, like price hasn't really moved the way it wanted to move. Monday was the main movie. So if you remember, Monday was the only day when price actually moved up from right over here. From here, price moved up to fill the weekly wick, and then it was just like series of ups and downs, and now it's just stuck in the range. So let's take a look on the daily here. Daily is rejecting a resistance up here at 137, 137 400, 137 300. That's a big resistance there. Let's take a look on the 4 hour. 4 hours creating. So basically, we had this liquidity zone. This liquidity zone is now this is a rejection zone, right? Because notice how many times price came up towards 137 400. Like we came up here back on the 5th October, then again on 6th October before London Open. We came up here at yesterday at London Open. We came here again on the 9th. Here this morning too at London Open, right? So probably this is a very important area which is being rejected. So if you drop down to the 1 hour time frame, let's see what more information we can find over here. So 1 hour, basically, I think what's happening here on the 1 hour is that maybe this was a resistance, right? This was a resistance. Price broke up in pre-London. This had to continue going up. So now this candle had to do a retest to continue up, but it dropped back down. So if it dropped back down, looking on the 30-minute time frame, we're creating a support and we're creating a resistance right over here. Beautiful. Beautiful. And what we got over here is this range, 12 pip range. So GPGPY is stuck in a 12 pip range. Honestly, since it's Friday over here, I'm not going to be looking at any trades. Like if a trade comes out and just really stands out, I might be executing on it. But for the most part, since it's a Friday, I might just going to be like, hey, let's just stay cool, stay quiet. Because the worst thing you can do on a Friday is just lose your weekly profits, right? Especially when this week has been pretty hard. The week has been pretty slow, honestly. And this is where people are going to lose money because, since they had a slow week, they didn't make many gains here. Like, I had a slow week this week, too. So it doesn't mean I'm going to spend Friday trying to chase a trade, trying to look for a trade, trying to overtrade. No. Gold is also approaching a very strong, it's actually trying to come above this area here. Let's take a look here. When it comes to news, we have some CAD news. We got some CAD employment change. They're looking at bad numbers over here. Employment rate, unemployment rate, they're looking at good numbers over here. So we'll see how CAD moves at this point. Hey, can you explain how to analyze the order book? I have no idea what that is and how to analyze it.
Hey, good morning.
Hey, good morning. All right, let's take a look at this chart. This is buy stop. I'm just going to stop looking at impulse trades from people now. I mean, price is moving up. Why why would you want to buy at the very top? Why would you want to buy at the very top? Why don't we want to wait for a support to form? Like if price is moving up over here, right here, price is moving up, and you have a buy stop up here, why? Why not just wait for support to form? Why not say, okay, you know what, I might be entering right over here since we're creating a support down here instead of entering way up over here? I think people use impulse entries as if they are professionals. That's what I'm starting to think. Because when new traders come in, they see this idea of impulse entries. They're like, okay, we can get these impulse entries and get this trade. But man, if you're not even good at, waiting for candles to close, taking impulse entries, thinking you're a professional is not going to work. Now, this is not pointing at someone specifically. This is just generally speaking. I'm seeing a lot of impulse entries flying around, and I don't know, people need to just stop taking impulse entries as if they're professionals. It just doesn't work like that. Like me, I started taking impulse entries after 3 years of trading. After 3 years, man, people taking those after even 3 days. Relax. So GPGPY is breaking up over here. I'm not going to enter this trade. I have to wait. I have to wait for candle to form. Why? Because, listen, it's Friday. We don't have to gamble on Friday. There's no gambling on Friday. There's no impulse entries on Friday. You have to wait for candles to close on a Friday. I'm a little confused by the definition of impulse entries. Isn't waiting for support, then buying as it breaks the high? Isn't that impulse? Isn't waiting for support, then buying in as it breaks the high, isn't that impulse? No, impulse entries are basically, they're just like buy stops and sell stops, right? It's like when price is breaking the low to continue down, the thing is some pairs, they don't do retests, right? Some pairs they just continue moving. So something like GPJPY, right? So I've been looking at GPJPY for a very long time, and what I've noticed is that sometimes GPJPY will not do a retest. So when a pair does not do a retest, you have to take a look at that and say that, okay, if it didn't do a retest, how was I able to get this trade? What could I have done to be in that trade since the pair didn't do a retest? Right? And then you start to look at, oh, okay, well, we broke the high over here. So if the price is breaking the high, then that means candles should continue making higher highs and higher lows, right? That's what happens in an uptrend, that candles make higher highs and higher lows. So if a candle is breaking the high of the previous candle, then there's a high probability that the next candle should continue moving up and start making higher highs and higher lows. Now, this only happens when a currency pair is really volatile. There's a lot of volume in that currency pair, which is GJ and gold, right? On your JPY, sometimes, you have to take a look at your JPY and you have to spend time with it, and you have to see that, okay, how often is your JPY supposed to do a retest, or how often it just continues moving. You have to know those things. If you don't know that, taking an impulse entry, it doesn't make any sense. Because I know for a fact that if I take, let's say, a volume-based trades on GPJPY, let's say if I take 10 trades, right? I think 4 of those trades are going to be trades where GPJPY will not do a retest. So impulse entries will work on that. Because I've seen the pair do those things for a long time. What's just when I joined in May, I was all juiced up on impulse entries, found out very quickly that it was not ready, kept buying the top and selling the bottom. Yeah, that's the main reason why people will lose trading every day, is because they will try to buy the high or they will try to sell the low. So you have to wait for candles to close, because here's the thing, right? Whenever I see new traders talk about impulse entries, that tells me that they're not willing to miss out on trades. The best character building done in trading is when you're looking at a chart and you're saying, okay, what, I'm going to wait for a retest. So while you're waiting for a retest, 2 things can happen. The one thing, price will just continue moving, no retest, just goes off. Second is going to be where price is going to do a retest and then continue on. So you have to wait for retests. be willing to miss out on trades, you know, because when you miss out on trades, then you can look back and say, okay, how could I have gotten in that trade? So also, like, you know, with impulse entries, when you're new, when your psychology is not on point, man, you're getting anxiety, like, you know, you're getting stressed out that why isn't it working? If you're only taking one trade a day and you're taking a trade at the very top and then you're in drawdown at the same time, I mean, not good, man, not good. Like, if you look at this 30-minute candle right over here, this could mean that, okay, like, you know what, maybe price should continue going up without taking an impulse entry. But at the same time now, you want this new candle to respect the low of the previous one, which, oh, it didn't. it, it quickly broke. Oh, wow, man. And GJ...
I'm telling you, GJ's cursed.
I'm telling you, man, this is Friday. You gotta relax on Friday. You got to relax on Friday.
Totally crazy, man.
Now, I'm talking about break and retest. I'm gonna show you a chart that I took on this morning on EU. Just like the perfect book sample of break and retest. That never happens on GJ.
All right, so there's a announcement for everybody. Don't overtrade on Friday. Don't screw yourself over. Trust me. Do not do that. Can you explain this move? I can't. It was just... It's how it is, you know? You can't explain it. Probably there was some news, something happened, but we can't explain it.
There were a lot of headlines for DBP and one headline for EU. Brexit.
Yeah, let's take a look at this chart here. This is Euro USD retest. Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was super simple. Like retest, create a new high, and just continued up.
Major 4-hour resistance form, 50 pip range. Sometimes we see these 20 to 30 pip ranges and they are tradable. Other times I see 150 pip ranges and they seem very difficult to trade. That is absolutely true. Ribeiro, you did something which I was waiting for someone to do, to identify this range and say that, hey, like, you know what, this is just garbage. You know, even though this is a big range, it's still very difficult. You know, so if you look at price right now, I mean, whenever week starts, like on Sundays, and whenever week is ending on Fridays, they're like haphazard moves like these, you know, like, and these moves are something which you just can't explain. You just can't explain these moves. And when you're overtrading on a Friday and you get stuck in these moves and you take that loss when you didn't expect it, oh man, I feel sorry for you. So that's why, I mean, whoever was in a trade over here, I did not see any trade. Didn't see any trade. People got slipped. People, I mean, for the first time, I'm going to use a bad word here. I mean, people got fucked. Whoever got a buy here, man, you got really screwed over when this thing came down. Yeah, I'm just going to chill today. I'm going to relax. I'm not touching this, man. I love my money too much to bet on this garbage over here today. This is the thing. I love my money. You know, if people overtrading, people trying to, like, you know, trying to make back your losses, man, you don't love your money enough the way I love my money. So just chill. You know, this is going to be Monday. This is going to be Tuesday. Tell yourself that you're going to come back on Tuesday and really, like, you know, really going to strangle the markets. Or come back on Monday and strangle the markets. Not Friday. Friday, no. Not Friday. Today, we're just chilling over here. Was any member on Zoom in buy? I have no idea. I didn't see a buy. All I saw was the candle was breaking out, and when candle was breaking out, if this would have closed above, let's say right over here, I would have taken a buy, but I was waiting for it to close. It closed below this area, looking at a 30-minute here too, closed closed below this whole rejection action here. And the next thing I know, this candle just dropped. I mean, I saw the drop here and I was like, whoa, wait a minute. And then I saw the chat go, oh, GJ. I look at GJ and GJ is down over here. So, yep. We gotta wait. I think we're gonna make an update on Magic Keys where it will see that you've taken 2 trades or 3 trades, and by the time you take a 4th trade, it's gonna show you a big alert. It's gonna show you an alert. It's gonna cuss at you, and it's gonna just tell you that, hey, listen, you're moving into the territory of overtrading. What happens after this is all on you.
Mac button. Mac
Yeah,
alert.
it's gonna be the Mac alert.
What do you reckon if you're in like negative pips, that's it, stops working? That would be even better.
Yeah. It stops working, like locks you out of your MetaTrader.
Yeah, locks you out until the next 24 hours.
Why did you choose this time for trading every day? It was very simple. This was the only time I had in my day to trade, to be honest. No other time worked for me, So morning time was the best because when I started trading, I used to work, my job would start at 9 a.m. I would leave my house at around 8:30 a.m. So I said to myself, okay, if I'm going to trade, maybe I can trade from like 6 to 8, or 5:30 to 8. And that was it. Okay. Good afternoon. I may have missed it, but can you tell me what is going on with EU? I think if you use, okay, let's take a look here at EU. Friday is the day where we listen to people's requests of the pairs they want to look at, or we can help you get out of a drawdown. If you're in a big drawdown, we can help you in that way. We can also help you if you're taking a lot of losses. So today is going to be a day, if you're in a big drawdown, just speak up and let us know what's going on. What's happening with EU? Looks like EU is respecting the previous low over here on the 30-minute candle. Let's take a look on the 1 hour. 1 hour is also bullish. 4 hour is also bullish. 4 hour is in this rejection area. And
Yeah, I'm still holding a runner.
yeah, it's getting pretty difficult. Someone is saying, let's go gold. I'm not sure where we're going with gold, but gold needs to, I would say gold needs to break up from this area here. Break up at like 1917, 1918. Hey, when did you left your job and start trading full time? I think I left my job after 4 months into trading, which was a very, very bad idea. And the reason why it was a bad idea was because even though, my first 2 months were really good, I had a lot of savings, and I think I counted on my savings way too much. And after 3 months of going into, oh, there's something wrong with my voice over here.
You're muted.
All right, no, we're good. No, there's something wrong with my voice over here. Yeah, and then when I started within 6 months, I depleted almost 70% of my savings, because what happened was that I left my job and I found consistency within the first 2 months. So I said to myself, hey, like, you know what? I'm the best. I'm winning trades my first 2 months, 3 months, I'm the best, so I started to do that, and then quickly I found out I wasn't the best, because once you leave your job, now if you have a job and you're trading at the same time, what's happening is now you're getting money coming in from your job. You have consistent money coming in. When you have consistent money coming in, the pressure on trading, it becomes less. There's no pressure in trading, because money's coming in. So now you're not trading to trade, you're trading to learn, you're trading to enjoy trading, you're trading to really understand what's going on. So that's what happened. My income, it got stopped, and trading started to take a downturn for a little bit. But then I found consistency again, and the reason how I found consistency was that I looked at my first 2 months of trading, and the first 2 months of trading were very simple. We were just waiting for 4-hour candles to come up to a support, 4-hour candles to make a resistance or whatever, and then we would basically take a trade, 1 or 2 trades. It was basically just 1 or 2 trades. I mean, honest to God, when I first started in June 2016, I was only taking 1 or 2 trades in the morning, and that was it, and I was profitable. That's it. I was profitable. If we took a loss in the morning, it was okay, because hey, we took a trade, we lost the trade, okay, time to go back to work. We'd go back to work, come back the next day and take another trade. And if it was a loss again, then okay, let's go back to work. Went to the office, came back the next day. So that's how it worked. It wasn't like, oh, we took a loss, okay, let's avenge this loss, or let's gamble with this loss, or hey, no, you know what, I'm going to show GJ today, I'm going to show gold today, this can't happen to me, let me just get back in the markets. No, that was not the case then, and that is not the case now. That was a pretty good line. Didn't overtrade in the first 2 months, and don't overtrade now. But in the middle, there was some sort of, things here and there. How'd you meet Ted? So I was at my work, and I had a lot of free time scrolling through Instagram. Someone told me about MLM and was researching into that, and then found Ted's Instagram, and yeah, that was it. Started messaging him. Can you take a look at my trade? I reduced my risk significantly because it's a Friday, took a loss. All right. Was looking for sells into the support, saw a resistance forming and 1 candle closing on my side, indicating a possible sell right over here. Put my stops above the previous candle, take a sell. Let's take a look here. So this was based on the 15-minute time frame. 15 minutes is the week confirmation time frame, but still the trade was taken on a Friday. So let's take a look at that. So you took a sell over here. You were aiming for price to come down over here. 9 pips. Why? It's not enough range. Is 9 pips enough range for you to take a trade? I don't know. Not for me. I mean, you need a bigger range over here. This is not enough range. I mean, it's just so small range. I don't know. I think we really need to stop over trading. We really need to start to see chart, and I mean, just take a look at this, right? Logically, it makes no sense. You have a range. This is a 9 pip range. Logically, it makes no sense at all. Absolutely 0 sense to take this trade. So, we really need to think really hard if we're going to take some trades on Friday. You need enough range. If this range was, let's say, 30 pip range or a 40 pip range, then yeah, it made sense. It's a 9 pip range, man. You have a 9 pip range, you have a 2 pip spread, you got a 7 pip range now. if you got a 7-pip range, what's the probability it's going to continue and fill the complete 7-pip range? Let's say it's only going to fill like 5 pips. Then what? You're damaging your psychology over 5 pips, over 7 pips. No, it's not worth it. Please have a look at my trade on GJ. Actually, you know what? I think my email got hacked over here. Yeah, so far there's nothing happening over here at this point. Hey, for someone who's trying hard to the same trading time every day, how should he deal with times like these when GJ has been doing nothing but ranging in the individual's trading time? Yeah, so see now this week has been pretty hard because the time I trade especially, GPJPY has been ranging in this time. So yeah, so basically GG has been ranging in that time, and then I just have to accept it. I have to accept it. Okay, we're just ranging. Like if you look at last week, we look at the week before, GPJPY was moving really well during the New York sessions, but this week it's just been ranging, and you just have to say, okay, you know what? It is how it is. Maybe this week is ranging, so we just got to stay patient, and then we got to come back the next day. So that's the kind of attitude you need to have when your pair is ranging. Because if my pair is ranging, I'm never going to say that, okay, let us find a trade on gold. I'm never going to say, okay, let's go and find a trade on EJ or Euro USD or USD CAD. No, because I need to stay focused on what I know best. And what I know best is how to execute and trade on GPJPY. That's what I know best. So when it's ranging, okay, it's ranging, but I do know that, okay, when the pair is not ranging, I've made money on it. So I just have to wait, and there's nothing wrong in waiting, because in trading, like people, I don't know, like people have this idea that, okay, when they're going to try to trade, they'll make a lot of money today. They'll make a lot of money by the end of this week. No, it's not going to work that way. Maybe you need to start looking at like a 6-month plan or a 7-month plan, an 8-month plan. That's really important. Like, where do you want to see yourself in 8 months? And then you can start planning out your days. Like looking at a chart, looking at the 15-minute, 5-minute, trying to force trades, trying to take trades. I mean, it's really futile. I mean, I don't know. I don't even have words for that anymore. I mean, when people try to overtrade, man, you're just hurting yourself. You're hurting people around you. It's just sad. Because I know when I was overtrading, my attitude towards my family was different. Was completely different. Negative, stressed out, filled with anxiety. I mean, it doesn't work. Does not work. So you got to stay patient. Now my attitude is amazing. Amazing attitude. Because I know if I'm not going to find a trade here, I know for a fact I'm not overtrading. And if I'm not overtrading, I'm not losing money. And then I got to come back the next day. I come back the next day, take a trade. I win a trade. Awesome. Made money today. And then the day after. So, it's a long-term game. Hey, Raja, I have a good psychology, risk management, and discipline, but I don't win any trade. I have like 15% win rate. What should I do? I think when you said you have good psychology and discipline, you need to say you don't have good psychology and you don't have good discipline. Because when you're losing a trade, someone said I say mean things. Well, I'm never gonna sugarcoat things. I'm gonna say things how they are. If you're getting hurt by that, man, trust me, market is gonna hurt you much more. Yeah. So basically, if you're taking losses, you always need to look to see that, okay, how could you have taken the winning trade? How could you have been on the correct side? Because obviously, you took a trade and you were on the wrong side, you lost the trade. So now you got to see that, okay, how could I have taken the winning trade? I know some people took a buy over here. They took a buy over here and candle closed down and price came down and the price really fucked them up. Took their stop losses, massive drawdowns. I mean, and then maybe a lesson you can learn from here is that, okay, maybe it's better for me to wait for the candle to close, or maybe it's better for me to go really easy on a Friday. Maybe not too aggressive on a Friday. So whenever you're taking a loss, you're always looking to see how could you have taken the winning trade. Because man, trust me, that loss you took, that opportunity is going to happen over and over again. And when that opportunity comes up again, you're going to be ready because you're going to remember you took a loss last time. All right, let's take a look here. Hey, I just bought the access to market fluidity a few hours ago. How does it work now? Do I have to wait for an email or something like that? Yes. So it basically takes around 5 to 6 hours for things to get through the system, and then you will get confirmation emails. This is what I'm looking at on GJ today, but I doubt I'll take an entry today, just an idea. It's beautiful. I mean, this is a range which is actually pretty bad. This is a very bad range. Oh, where's my box over here? Actually, let me just draw my own chart. Let's go here, right? So if we zoom out a little bit on the 30-minute time frame. So what we have here is, this is a very bad range right over here. This is a no trading range, right? No trading range, because look, price consolidated here before. So what are the odds price will consolidate here again? I think the odds are pretty high. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure this range. This is a 10 pip range. So now when I look at this, I'm like, okay, this is a 10 pip range. Do I have to take a trade in this range? And the answer is going to be no, because it's a very small range. Okay, awesome. So can I take a trade above this range? Let's measure this range. This is almost like a 20 pip range. I think it's doable. I think taking a trade in this range is much better than taking a trade in this range. Okay, so we got that right? So maybe this is going to be a better trade above 137.200 if price comes up here. Awesome. Now, at the same time, can I take a trade in this range down over here? This is a 14 pip range and price is ranging, so probably not. So what's going to be a good place to take a trade? So maybe taking a trade or waiting for a candle to close below 136.950 would be a better idea, so that we can then continue down towards this support, which is like 20 pips away. So maybe that's going to be a better idea to wait for, right? Perfect. So we got things all rolling over here, and then we're just going to wait. We shall wait. Oh, hey, what did you do for a living before trading? I used to sell spoons and cutlery. We used to sell water filters door to door. You always say psychology is important, but I think it's overrated. The best risk management won't let you win at the roulette table. You just bleed slowly. Strategy first, psychology second. Strategy first, psychology second. The only reason I think psychology comes first is that you should have a strong enough character to take 1 or 2 trades. For me, all psychology is about taking 1 or 2 trades. That's it. That's it. That's the secret sauce. The secret sauce is 1 or 2 trades. That's it. There's nothing else. If you can't focus on 1 or 2 trades, then you can't trade. Quit trading right now. Trading is not going to work. So I'll say it again. If someone here cannot focus on 1 or 2 trades, just forget about trading. It will be a dream. It will always be a dream. You will remember the big players from when you were used to come to the live streams. You remember all these people who used to make money only because they could do 1 or 2 trades and you could not do 1 or 2 trades. That's it. Hey, good morning. Half the times you have to wait for the session's volume, higher time frame candles to get into winning side, and rest of the times waiting also leads to missing the move. Is there something to focus on, or waiting is the key? Waiting is the key. Waiting is the key, and giving time is the key. Giving it time is a major key. Like, I think a lot of people, they really rush trading. They really try to rush to get the best results, and rushing to get the best results is not going to happen. Like, market fluidity is going to work for you if you give it time. Just give it time. I'm never going to say you're going to start making money from the get-go. I'm never going to say you're going to make thousands of dollars. Like you have to stay disciplined first, because when you miss moves, let's say on the high time frame, you're waiting for the candle to close and price moves really quick, you missed the move. So now I'm going to go back to my point I made in the first half of this session, was that if you're missing the move, now you're going back to see that, okay, how could you have taken that trade? And that's where we talk about impulse entries. Do you avoid impulse on Mondays and Fridays, or just Fridays? It depends. Me, for the most part, I try not to be in a trade on a Friday. But if the opportunity is there, I get in that trade. It doesn't matter if it's impulse entries or what, but it's situational, I would say. Depends on situation to situation. So right now, the only thing is moving is gold, which is anticipated to continue going up because there's a lot of uncertainty coming in to the economic arena of the US. So things are gonna get pretty wild soon. I'm really excited to see what they do about Trump saying he's not gonna do a virtual debate. Trump's like, no way. Trump's like, no, we're not going to do the virtual debates. It's absolutely ridiculous. Not going to do the virtual debate. And I think it's true. Like, the only reason he doesn't want to do the virtual debate is because Joe Biden, his team is going to feed him talking points. Hey, Joe Biden, say this, say that. All right, let's take a look at this chart here. Ooh, gold 4-hour chart. Oh, wow, that's a nice hold from 1884. So I think this was taken right over here for price to continue heading up. So you're anticipating price to continue up towards 1950 and 1960s, 1956. I think that's doable. Looking how where the fundamentals are heading here with a lot of uncertainty coming in, I think that's doable. That's thanks to Kervin. Why is only taking 1 or 2 trades so important? Surely a good setup is a good setup. Yep, good setup is a good setup, because when you take 1 trade and 2 trades, now here's the thing, right? As humans, we can only make 1 or 2 emotional decisions in a day, like really important decisions in a day. And whenever we're making decisions around money, those are emotional decisions we're making. Whenever you're making emotions around money, those are very important decisions we're making. It's going to affect our emotions, right? So when you're taking 1 or 2 trades, your emotions are still intact. But as you move into the 3rd trade and the 4th trade, that's where your judgment starts to get a little cloudy. You can't think straight because you're trying to see that, okay, now I'm in the 4th trade and the 5th trade. Maybe I'm in losses right now and I'm really compounding the losses. I mean, think about it. If you look at the stats, right? If you look at the stats, all the stats are that whenever you overtrade, you're always losing. That's it. There's nothing more. Whenever you overtrade, you're always losing. So you have to stay calm. For me, taking 1 or 2 trades, it worked beautifully. It still works beautifully. I've made thousands and thousands of dollars, just by taking 1 or 2 trades. In the start, it was slow. I agree, it was slow. But as time went on, it worked perfectly fine. We have another question like this here. 1 or 2 trades per day, it only works if you use the minimum lot size of 20. Your account size have to be big enough if you are in this industry for money. I think that is absolutely wrong. I think you don't understand what trading is. When you look at my history, you look that I started from 10-cent lots. I started from 20-cent lots, 10-cent lots. I've traded 5-cent lots. I've traded $1 lots. if you go through my Instagram page, the link is in the description here. You go towards last year. Last year, April, I started with 1 lots. So it took me a whole year to come up to 15 lots and 20 lots. It wasn't from the get-go. I mean, all these people saying, oh yeah, 1-2 trades is bad and you need to take more trades to make money. Man, very soon you're going to learn that that's not the case. I mean, people who say those things are the ones who aren't making any money. I'm just going to say it that way. Because, 1 or 2 trades, it honestly works. I mean, if you look at all the good traders out there, you will never see them trade like, 10 trades a day or 6 trades a day. They only focus on one session, they focus on one pair, and they focus on 1 or 2 moves. I mean, if you read all the hedge fund stories here, there are a lot of hedge fund stories you'll find on Google. And if you read those stories, and I used to read those stories when I was going to rough patches, I used to read all kinds of stories. And there was the one story in particular I was reading, and there was this guy, and he manages a hedge fund, and they have like 6 traders, right? They have 6 traders. And he talks about how every trader has a specific thing that they're just waiting for. A specific thing they wait for and they execute on that thing. That's it. They only focus on one specific thing. They're not focusing on how price is going down, so they're going to take a buy or take a sell, or how price moves up, they're going to take a buy or take a sell, or they will look at any 5-minute EMA crossover, or they'll look at a fib rejection on 15-minute or 30-minute all the time. No, that's not trading. That's madness. Trading is you're waiting for price to come to you, and then you're executing to see if you're gonna have a profitable trade or not. It's kind of like if you watch documentaries, right? If you watch wildlife documentaries, you will see that when the predators, what they do is they watch the prey, right? For a set amount of time, they will watch their prey, they will study its movements, and then they will attack. They won't attack like 20 times a day. They won't attack like 6-7 times a day. They maybe attack like once a day or twice a day, and that's it. If they catch it, they catch it, or they just wait for the next day. Yeah, man. It doesn't concern with lots, but with the percentage you bring home. You can open 1 lot times trade and make 10% per month. I can guarantee you in that 1 to 2 years, compound interest, your account will be huge. That's absolutely true. Kevin said something really amazing over here, that focusing on percentages over time, it will grow. Why does the resistance zone at 137.200 matter? I know it's a zone on the 4-hour, but the 1-hour candle has a clean break. Why does it still hold? 137.200. Yeah, because there's a resistance here. That's why. There's a resistance here. Is trading your only income? Trading is, I think trading generates 60% of my income. All the other things I do on the side, I expense them for trading. Basically, like let's say last year I did around, a hypothetical number, let's say last year I did 50,000 in trading, right? Let's say I made 50,000 in trading last year. And let's say from my teaching and education side, I brought in, let's say 10,000, and the time spent in, so basically what happens is that the withdrawals from the brokerage, they come in my company account, right? So my company is basically handling trading, it comes in my company account. And then the company hires me as an educator to teach, to do live streams, to spend time over here, to spend time on Slack. So that time spent is billed to my company. So when that time is billed to my company, that counts as an expense. So instead of paying taxes on 50,000, now I'm paying taxes on less than 50,000, because maybe let's say 20,000 is being spent on Raja Banks to spend time on the live streams, to spend time on webinars and Slack and stuff like that. So those things I do to mitigate my taxes. And then obviously we have Magic Keys. Obviously I have a stake in 2 other companies too. So Like, that's the freedom things bring, but only when you get, I think when you really start making money in trading, like, you can use this as a vehicle to fund all other projects. Like, right now I'm trying to fund my real estate portfolio. So I'm trying to get into that in the next 2 years. It's going to take time.
But you're gonna make it.
Yes. Someone said 50,000 times 8. No, there's a, yeah, there's a hypothetical number. But you always have to be smart with the money you're making. I mean, because I know that if trading is going to be the only income, there's going to be a lot of tax being paid on it. Lots of tax. So there were a lot of things I had to learn. When it comes to money, there were a lot of things I had to learn: how to protect it, how to save it, how to start other things so that you can count those as expenses. I think that's why when people make money, that's why they have other things on the go, because sometimes those things they count as expenses, and when you have expenses, you can begin to pay less tax. Someone is saying that's tax evasion. I think you're a dumbass and you don't understand how the corporate world works. That's not tax evasion. That's how Trump paid $750 in taxes.
He's smart.
Man, yeah. Like, bro, when I saw that, I was like, man, I need his accountant.
Bro, all the broke people are getting mad that he only paid $700 in taxes too.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, I'm looking at a $130,000 tax bill for 2020. Ooh. Yeah, and when I saw that, I'm like, man, I want to pay $750.
Dude, so now that we're on the tax, topic,
yeah.
I know. So I'm actually moving to Nevada, and I don't think they have any capital gains tax there.
So what's happening?
As opposed to California, I mean, paying 14%, 15%.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna be pretty interesting.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, it's actually pretty good. Someone here mentioned, can you use your previous losses over the years as expenses? Yes. Every loss I take, I try to force it into expenses. The commissions you pay in trading, the commissions you see on your MetaTrader, you can also use that as expenses. Man, I try to use anything and everything as expenses, staying in the legal circle. Because sooner or later, if you lie to them, man, they will come for you. If you lie to them, they will find out and they will come for you. And you can't escape it. It's like a mafia, you can't escape the mafia. Last year I filed my tax return for, I think my liability came up to like 12,000, so I filed it. They sent me a letter. They said, hey, listen, we did a reassessment of your thing, and you don't owe 12,000, you owe 15,000. I was like, oh, thanks guys. Mafia said you owe more, man. And you can't fight them, you're just like, okay, it is what it is, you just got to deal with it. I have a question regarding GJ zone and when to consider the zone as clean traffic. All right, let's take a look at this. So looking at 137.100 down over here to 137.200 up over here, should we worry about the traffic on the red zone, or in this case just need to look at the last candle in that traffic to consider clean traffic? So basically the thing over here is the price was ranging here, right? And this range was broken with the clean candle coming down. So if you're looking at this zone as a clean traffic, the only reason I'm not looking to execute in this area is because there's a probability that price may start ranging within these two zones. There's a probability, so that's why I'm staying away from it. And even though if I try to take a trade here, this is not a big range at all. This is like what was it? This is like a 10 pip range over here. Yeah, 10, 11, 12 pip range over here. So it's pretty small for me to take a trade in here. So I'm willing to sit out of this range, and I want to see a break and close above 137.200 for me to take a trade for price to continue heading up. That's something I'm going to look for. And for me to wait for that, if price just continues moving without, closing or giving me confirmation, then it is what it is. Missed it. after owning a business, you can tax write off a lot of things. Just say it's for business and you won't get taxes on it, right? For example, if you buy a car, can't you just say it's a business vehicle? Yes. So like, when you have a corporation, you can write off a lot of things. Your internet bill you can write off. Your phone bill you can write off. The commissions you pay in trading you can write off. You can write off the losses. You can write off dinners. You can write off your lease payments for your car. Man, you can write off clothing. I write off clothing now too. Trips, you take trips out of the country, you can write them off too. The entire London boot camp I had, that whole boot camp was a write-off. The whole thing. Every pound I spent in England, that was all write-off. Everything. Gas, write-off, it's amazing, man. Like once you start a corporation, once you start dealing with your business, and there are a lot of things. How do you write off clothing? Because I bought clothing to present my company in the UK, or present my company in Miami, or present my company here in Ontario when I go out for dinners, or when I go out for to meet people. So that's a business expense, because I'm representing my company, and my company is giving me clothing to present themselves. So it's expenses. At the same time, what I'm trying to do now is I'm trying to open up a marketing company. So that marketing company is basically going to buy me a car as a business. So that's going to be a business expense. So there are a lot of things you can do. You just need a good accountant. I have a nice accountant now. My next goal is to get Trump's accountant. so I can pay next to nothing.
Sheesh.
What's this? You kind of finesse with write-offs. Anything can be a write-off almost. Why can't you just write off though? Yeah, the thing is, also you can't go overboard with write-offs, because they will come back and say, okay, what? Proof. Give us proof how this is a write-off, and then you got to give them proof. Do you pay commissions even if you're trading a loss? Yes. Commissions are basically paid as soon as you open the trade. How would you draw your zones for potential sells? Just wondering for learning reasons, because I see a lot of support wicks on the 30-minute, but the 1 hour is making clean traffic. So basically on a 30-minute, I would want to see a candle breaking and closing below 136. Yeah, this area right over here, 136.950. Break and close below here, because take a look at this, right? Now we're in a very interesting situation at this point. This candle came down, closed above. This candle came down, closed above. This candle came down, closed above. So hence we have a support formed at this point. This candle rejected. We have a support formed still. This candle, it broke below the lows and it came back up. So this also respected support. So now you want a candle to close maybe something like this. If you get a candle closing like this, then you can anticipate the next candle to continue down to the bottom of the range. That's the trade I'm waiting for. In the opposite sense, what I'm waiting for is for price to come up over here, 137.200, break above, and maybe print a candle, closing like this, kind of breaking up. So that gives me some confidence that, okay, maybe the next candle can continue moving up to fill this range. So these are the two scenarios I'm waiting for. Buys over here or sells over here. If it happens on Friday, that's awesome. If it doesn't happen, then it is what it is, right? We can't do anything about it.
So in moments like these, when you see such a large wick, like previously printed, what going through your mind? What are you looking for? What are you watching out for?
This wick right over here?
Yes.
So this wick just basically tells me that even though when we were watching it, price just moved quick and came back up, right? So let's say if you're coming to the charts right now, so you don't know how price moved down over here. All you see is this wick. So when you're reading this wick, you're saying that, okay, candle tried breaking below 136,950. It broke all these lows over here, but for some reason, it couldn't close below 136,950. So it closed back in the range. So you're like, okay, like, you know what? If it closed back in the range, it did exactly what the rest of the candles did. So maybe, you know, an impulse entry at this point won't make any sense. Maybe because, like, you know, when candles comes down here, you have to wait for the candle to close, because if you don't wait for a candle to close, there's a probability that the next candle can do what this candle did, just leave a wick and close back in the range. So what I'm thinking here is that I would want to see a candle break and close below, because if I can see a candle break and close below, then I can say that, okay, like, you know what, this candle did what all these candles couldn't do. And what it did was it broke and closed below 136,950. And then that can give you confidence that price is going to continue down.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, so it's a lot of waiting over here now. When you open a company for trading, do you open an additional company for something such as marketing, or open it under the entity as DDBA? I'm not sure about DDBA, but for that you have to talk to your accountant. You know, because, like, you know, if you live in another state, they have different rules and regulations. So you have to, for specifics, you have to talk about that. But what I do know is that in the States, you can basically open a LLC and work through that. In the UK, it says if you say you're amateur gambling, you don't pay tax on Forex. Yeah, UK is different.
Amateur
The
gambler.
US is exactly the same with an LLC. Exactly the same. For taxes, correct?
What happened?
What happened de qué, compadre?
Oh my god, I got scared. I'm like, did I go deaf?
Everybody left. Why?
No, man. You tell me, Captain America.
Captain America.
It's Friday, gotta get down on Friday. I haven't slept a wink. Oh man.
Any plans for today, Dogface?
Dogface 208. I'll be riding on my skate. Nah, man, just work out. Try to go to the gym as soon as I'm done here. I back to you, and I shouldn't be saying this because Rakeel's gone. Oh, you shouldn't be trading EU.
I know.
And I'm trying to go to the gym early, but my shoulder hurts. I was lifting at 75 yesterday, and I failed to lift it up with my knee.
Oh, jeez.
And the moment that I popped it up, I had like a little on my left shoulder.
Christian.
And I've dislocated this shoulder at least 13 times. Going for the 14 already.
Hey, Cristian, ¿cómo estás, man?
Pero
¿Qué
si
pasa,
hablan
Kerwin?
español acá.
Ajá.
Hombre, normal. ¿Qué tal, Kerwin?
Bien, mijo, bien.
Christian, boludo.
Boludo. No, yo no soy de Argentina.
Oh,
I'm from Alicante,
España.
Spain.
Joder,
Yeah.
Joder.
joder, tío. ¿Dónde os habéis metido todo este tiempo?
Joder, tío.
Estábamos en el Gulag, pero ahora ya nos hemos venido a la parte buena.
Ah, qué bien.
He pulled a money heist. El
That's great,
maestro.
man.
Estabas en el Gulag Scan.
¿Cómo?
Que antes estabas en el Gulag Scammer.
Yeah.
No, no está
But I'm living in Ireland.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, the captain's back.
Okay. There's almost a dozen Wix Online, Instagram, a lot of scammers stealing your brand. Oh, that's okay. Yeah, so we got 8 minutes left for this hour to close. I welcome everybody to a Friday where there will be no trading done today. Welcome, welcome. I think Fridays are where everyone's nerves are tested. There are a lot of people who are not here on Friday because you can see with the attendance is low today.
Rakeel.
Hey.
Yeah, man. So I'm off now. But on Wednesday, right, I didn't do any analysis. I didn't do it. I was sitting on the train, right, and I was watching the team, and I just copied your trade. I didn't even think of that. I just calculated the risk and took it as you took. I didn't do any analysis. Didn't do anything. And then I took the trade and then managed it as you managed it.
Oh, what was it? Was it a loss that happened?
No, it was a winner. It was a winner. It's the one where you did, reduce half and every, the 30 minutes.
And it was the scariest trade ever.
Oh yeah, it took a long time.
Yeah. And the thing is, I didn't know what was kind of going on because, when you do your own analysis, you have a kind of background. You know what's going. You get a feel for the movement, right? I saw you take the jet, and I took it as well. I didn't do anything. And I was in it for ages. I was thinking,
So you're just following the commentary as you go along.
Yeah, as I was going along, I wasn't really concentrating because I didn't quite know what was going on. I just followed it.
Yeah, it's hilarious, man. Yeah, the Gulag is saying, send him over here. This guy.
All right, I'm off, guys. Thank you very much for the week, Rakeel team. Thank you.
Take
care. Take care, man. Stay safe, stay strong.
Stay safe, stay strong, guys. Thank you.
Yeah, man.
Hey, can you give me some tips on opening a corporation in Canada while living in Punjab? I don't know, buddy. You gotta open a corporation in Punjab.
It's a lot of paperwork, man.
ਮੁੰਡਾ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਤੋਂ ਆਇਆ ਤੇ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਮੈਂ corporation ਖੋਲਣੀ ਕੈਨੇਡਾ ਵਿੱਚ
Translate.
Pencho.
Pencho.
Canada.
A lot of people in the gulag gonna get
Man,
mad. with that.
Banter morning. Banter
Yeah.
morning, bro.
A lot of people in the gulag gonna get mad, bro.
Yeah, like, oh shit.
No.
Yeah, man, seriously, I mean, I don't even know how people think of these questions.
A lot of people in the gulag from India, and I don't even know how they trade.
Yeah. We have a lot of fans from India and
Yeah.
Pakistan, especially India. Like there are a lot of people who are big fans of Mac and Kervin and Sacha.
Send me weird messages too.
All right. Can you explain how you lose $100 to $200 and win $1,000 by being 1-to-1 if we have 0.01? I think to lose less is an art. You know, to lose less is something you learn after losing a lot of money, because Sandra. Because what happens is that for me what happened was that I would always get frustrated that, okay, like when people talk about keep your losses small, how do you keep your losses small? Like how does that really work? You know, so when I started losing, like let's say if I take a trade, right? Let's say for example, okay, let's do a paper trade over here somewhere. Let's take a look at GJ 30 minute. Okay, let's take a look at GJ 30 minute right here. And hypothetically speaking, let's say someone takes a buy at this point and they have their stop loss, let's say somewhere down over here. So let's say if you have your stop down over here, and down here your risk is negative $200. Perfect. Your entry is right over here and you're anticipating price to continue moving bullish. So let's say that the next candle, it comes down. And if it breaks the low of the previous candle, now I'm going to look at that. I'm going to say, okay, like, you know what? If price is going to go up, it needs to create higher highs and higher lows to continue heading up, right? But if it's breaking the low of the previous candle, I may want to close 50% of my position. So when I close 50% of my position, now my total risk from negative 200, it goes down to negative, let's say 125. You know, so now if price hits my stop loss, instead of losing 200, I'm losing negative 125. You know, so even then, if I see that the candle has closed bearish, now I'm saying that, okay, candle has closed bearish, it closed below resistance, there's a very low probability price is going to go up, so maybe I want to close my trade at that point, and instead of losing $200, I lost $125. You know, but if I don't apply those risk management techniques, then I'm always going to lose, you know, more money than what I anticipate. So it's very important to focus on. I think people focus on winning trades just way too much, just a little bit too much. You guys focus on winning trades. Focus on losing less. You know, because I mean, I don't know. I just focus on losing less, and when I focus on losing less, the winners I do have, they just look bigger compared to my losers. Can you tell Magic Key's history? So basically, we used to use a. So I don't know if you guys know this.
You should start with Once Upon a Time.
Once upon a time.
Once upon a time, there was Raja Banks, and
I want you to.
What I used to use was, I used to use a simulator, and let me bring this up. Oh wow, look at this. Look at this. We have live streams from all the way from April, March, right? Look at this.
Yeah,
February.
and can you believe yesterday I had someone messaging me. It's like, yeah, I've been following your journaling. I want to know more about how you learn, about how you trade. And I just discovered Wix Don't Lie. I'm like, dude, just go on YouTube. You got a shitload of video, guys. Click on videos.
Yeah, because look at this, right? So live streams from February, right? So if you count the months, we have February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, 8 months, right? 8 months worth of live streams are on YouTube. And this is proof that if you stick to just a certain time of the day, things are going to work out. So if someone's been sticking to live streams, only trading like 3 hours a day, 1 to 2 trades a day, you've seen some sort of progress. So let me just go back to what I was talking about here earlier. So basically, let's go to, how do you, sort by oldest to new. So you go to oldest to new. So let's open up this thing right over here. Okay.
Man, I watch all those.
Okay, so see this terminal? This terminal was what I wanted on like a remote control. So I was thinking, is there a way to get this terminal on like a device, something like this? If I have it on there, I think it's going to be pretty cool that I can just manage my trades without even have to touch my phone or touch my computer. So that really interested me. So what I did was I made an announcement on Instagram, and that announcement was hey, what, I'm looking to see how can I, if someone's able to program this on a calculator, I think it's going to be pretty amazing. So one person contacted me and they were already working on something, and then I messaged him, and he sent me a prototype, and that prototype worked amazingly. Where's that prototype? It's right over here. So this was the first prototype we made, right over here. This was the first prototype we made. This came to me, it worked perfectly. So I'm like, hey, this is amazing. This is actually pretty amazing. And at that time we're like, okay, what, let's see who can manufacture this for us, maybe 1 or 2. So the whole problem was there was a funding issue, right? So obviously I came as an angel investor. So we got those funding. We basically finalized on the design, the buttons, the things it will have. We also we did a bit of research. We talked to some traders, like what would they want to have on this thing, and we made it happen. So we made 3 copies of this. No, actually 4 copies of this. We made 4 copies of this. I have 1 copy, Ted has 1 copy, there's another person who has 1 copy, I can't name him, and there's another one the owner has 1 copy too, like my partner. Once this done, we're like, okay, what, let's take a small risk. A small risk was, okay, let's manufacture 100 of these, 100 magic keys, and let's see how they do. We ordered 100 magic keys. They sold in a week and a half. So fast forward from March, so far we've sold 2,500 magic keys. 2,500 magic keys. We're projecting 10,000 units by 2021. And it's not about the sales or the money you're making. Of course, it's a business, you're making money from it. But the main idea was to really see, this I created for myself so I can manage risk for myself. And I think the people who are purchasing magic keys are the ones who kind of think like me, the thing. Because here's the thing, whenever people start businesses, their first question is, who's going to buy it? Who's going to really understand it? Who's going to appreciate it? This and that. But what we don't understand is that there are 7 billion people in the world, right? 7 billion people. If the person next to you, if they don't like the way you think, or if they don't like your ideas, there are millions and millions of people out there who will resonate with you, who will like your ideas. I know people who don't like Nike, but there are millions of people who love Nike. I don't like Balenciaga, but there are people who like Balenciaga because they think like that. So what I think is we've sold around 2,500 magic keys. There are millions of people who use MetaTrader. So you gotta think of it this way. Whatever business you start, don't worry about what people are gonna think, what they're gonna say. Just understand there is someone out there who thinks like you, and they will purchase from you. And that's how your business is gonna grow.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so if you look at GPJPY, I think GPJPY, this is the NY open here. I think it should continue moving bullish here. I'm not going to take a trade here. It's a Friday, but this is something that was happening yesterday, right? Somewhere over here. Yeah. This is what happened yesterday, right? Yesterday, price was ranging, and this candle started, and then we had to move up. You remember price was in a range over here. We were in a range, and then this candle moved up. I think this is the same thing happening right over here. Consolidation right over here. So I think one of the 15-minute candles, if it's going to continue going up, it should respect the low to just continue going up. But if it doesn't, then Freaky Friday. Freaky Friday.
Yeah, it's not worth it taking any trades in that range. There's not much room to move.
Hey, thanks, Raja. Thanks to you, I made enough to start my own gasoline scent perfume company. Oh, beautiful.
Gasoline scent?
Gasoline
man.
scent?
Yeah, some people like how gasoline smells.
Oh, I love it.
No.
I don't.
Must be something else.
I love it.
I start puking, man, if I smell gasoline.
Oh man, I love it.
See, there you go. There's your first customer over here.
Yeah,
Send me the link.
exactly.
Send me the link.
Send him the link. Maybe,
The song.
maybe this person has competition out in the world. Let's see if this already exists. Oh, gasoline scent perfume.
No.
All right. Oh, we have. This, you got competition over here.
Holy.
Gasoline.
One now.
That's some redneck shit.
Yeah, that's some. I got gasoline on today. Wow, it's crazy. Halloween and holiday scented perfume last 2 to 3 days. Wow, that's a long time.
That's for when they go see their cousin.
Yeah.
Yo, Raja, what is that, man?
That's a gasoline scent perfume.
That's why you put on the mornings every day, bro.
That's for when you want to smell like a motorcycle.
Wow, I thought y'all was talking about that other gas for a minute.
No. Yeah, so basically you do this and then you smell. Yeah, you're right. You smell like a motorcycle or smell like a freshly filled up
Imagine, got different scents. Motorcycle.
Dude, I love race field smell though. It's amazing. But I wouldn't spray it on me.
Let's see here.
I mean, it makes sense if you work at, let's say, as a mechanic, and let's say you have some friends and they take you for whatever, for dinner, anything to any good bar. So you're gonna spray a decent perfume on you. But as soon as you leave the bar going home, you're gonna need to spray with gasoline. That's sun. So you can get home and your wife is gonna be, yeah, he was working. Yeah, makes sense.
Kerwin is smart. He's been around the block.
Yeah, Kerwin knows all the tricks, man.
I mean,
it's got eight kids. What do you expect? Oh, this is a great question over here. Hey, Raja and team. In New York, I keep losing all my profits. More than that. But in London, I'm profitable. What shall I do? Any advice? I think you should just stop New York session. Yeah, just stop New York session. Because when I first started, I used to trade London session, New York session, and Asian session. And what would happen was that I would win in New York session, I would lose 50% of the profits in Asian session, and then I would lose everything in London session. And then I would come back at New York session, make money, lose 50% in Asian session, and lose the whole thing in London session. This was a whole cycle for 3 months. You know, I wasn't getting any sleep. I was stressed out. There was a lot of anxiety. So then I said, okay, like, you know what? Logically, if I'm losing in London session, it does not make sense for me to trade London session. So I stopped London session. I'm like, okay, perfect. Now I started to get a little bit of a comfortable, you know, with the profits. But still, Asian session was kind of like 50-50 there. You know, it wasn't completely win. So I had to make a very hard decision. That hard decision was to just stop Asian session, or maybe just, you know, trade maybe twice out of the week in the Asian session when things are really popping, you know. So, and then I stopped the Asian session, and my profitability went up, boom, because I only focused on the winning sessions. If you're only winning in the London session, just focus on London session. If you're winning only in New York session, just focus on New York session. Because think about this, man, like, you need to be able to tell somebody that you are a master of one session and of one pair. That's it. There are a lot of guys here in our groups here who are masters of, let's say, gold, Euro JPY, Euro USD, USD CAD. You know, I don't have to be a master of all pairs because, to be honest, I'm not. You know, so once you get disciplined, you focus on 1 or 2 trades, you focus on one pair, you start to get good at that. So that, like, let's say sometime if there's going to be news, what I'm going to say, okay, there's news on USD CAD. Let me talk to this guy over here. He trades USD CAD a lot. Let me see what he thinks. Or there's news on gold. Okay, who trades gold a lot? Kervin trades gold a lot. Ted trades gold a lot. There's some other gentlemen here who trade gold a lot. So maybe I'm going to ask them about gold. You know, but I'm not going to, like, you know, deviate from the pair I'm profitable on, which is GJ. You know, I used to trade, man, 8 pairs at a time. It was just nasty.
Yeah, it's crazy because you most of the times are gonna miss the real moves on one pair, specific pair. For example, you start looking 6 pairs. Most likely you're gonna be watching these 2 or 3 pairs more, and then you tend to do some dumb stuff like taking trade too early and rushing trades, you know. And as long you took, let's say, 2 or 3 trades in different pairs, I mean, your account is gonna be like, man, I can't handle with this. So it's just scary. Don't do that to yourself. Focus on one pair, master it, and then move to another one. And once you get like 2 or 3 pairs, that's it, no more than that.
Yeah.
For example, I used to trade UJ. So UJ basically didn't move anything like really good for me to make decent profits. So I moved to GJ. Once I mastered GJ, then I moved to gold and US30. I mean, US30 is a different story. That's completely different. I don't recommend any new trader to trade US30. To be honest, it's just scary.
Yeah, US30 is not a bless.
The wild horse, man.
Yeah.
There's someone, it's been a while, I didn't see. It's Monty.
Yeah, Chris, he does. He's now doing London.
Yeah, I know. But at first, when I started a couple months ago, he was always there in the morning for at least an hour or so. But it's been a while since I didn't see him.
He doesn't like us anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh,
No more love.
it's an old man.
No more love. Yeah, that's what I call it.
Oh, what's this? Sell your gasoline perfume in Philippines. Our citizen will buy it since our president recommended using it to disinfect face masks.
Oh.
It's pretty easy to burn someone, man. Someone using gasoline to disinfect the face mask. You put a lighter one time, boom.
That's the thing. You can't smoke if you have the perfume on.
Yeah. Hey man, what do you think about people that teach swing trade but scalp? It's like saying, hey, what do you think about a person who teaches how to ride a horse but he always drives a car? Maybe you gotta ask. I don't know. I wouldn't want to go with that. I would want to go with someone who does what he teaches, basically. Hi Raja, I'm new. How can I start? You have just started.
Just started, yes.
It's a random ass.
Put the key in the ignition.
Bring that out of here, boy.
Hey, is your corporation federal or provincially registered?
Oh my god, they keep talking about
corporation. It's federal. It's on the federal level. It's federal. One thing I've done is I didn't put a name on it. It's a numbered corporation. But then there's an option where you can say it's operating as. Someone is saying, is Forex haram? No, Forex is not haram. The swaps are basically interest. You know, so that's basically haram. And you only pay swaps if you hold the trade over a day, you know. So if you don't do that, then it's totally fine.
So if you get a swap fee, it's haram.
Yeah, it's like interest, right? Like in Islam, it's considered like interest is supposed to be not good. So it's basically it's advised for people to not to take interest. But at the same time, I mean, when you get a mortgage, you're paying interest too, right?
Right.
Yeah, so this is a gray line. This is a gray line.
Right, like smoking cigarettes, it's haram, but
people still
a
smoke.
lot of people still, yeah.
Yeah, I think the brokers are trying to really capitalize on it, right? Because they're like really hardcore Muslims out there, and they would get the swap-free account. So they'll get the swap-free account. So the thing about swap-free accounts is your spreads are higher and your commissions are more. Even though if you're not holding a trade over a day and you're not getting swaps, but they're capitalizing on that, you know. So you can just take a regular account and not hold trades over a day, and things are going to be fine. Man, I think all this brokerage industry is here to make money. That's it. That's it. Because they saw that there are people out there who would want special accounts because of swaps. So they said, okay, we will give you swap-free accounts because people don't know what swap is. That's the thing. They only know, oh, swap is haram. Okay, yeah, swap is bad. So broker said, okay, we'll give you a swap-free account, but you will have to pay a higher spread and you'll have to pay a higher commission. And people are like, oh, okay, that's perfect. But once you really understand what swap is, and once you really understand what your trading plan is, and my trading plan is not to hold the trade over a day. So even if I go with a swap-free account or like with a swap account, it doesn't really matter because I'm not getting that swap because I'm not holding a trade over a day. I think the only thing haram is overtrading. Overtrading should be punished by 100 lashes, man. 100 lashes on the back. You overtrade? All right, time to give you lashes today. Oh, take care, Arsh. Take care. Is the commission considered as interest on loan? Commissions considered as interest on loan? No. Commissions are basically the price you pay to execute a trade. That's the price you pay to execute a trade, to be able to execute a trade. And then you pay a spread. You know, a spread is the difference between the price the broker is getting and the price that they're giving you. So that then they're taking a cut. They're taking a cut from the trade you're taking. You know, so the brokers make money in two ways: commissions and spreads. That's it. Swap is basically, you know, that's basically not good. Are you praying 5 times a day? No. Why do you people love violence, lashes, etc.? I think that's a very targeted statement, so we're going to ignore that. I shouldn't think if you have a big capital, a good Forex robot should be more profitable and should give you more free time. I'm not sure. I think there are no Forex robots that bring in. I don't know. I just don't trust Forex robots. I've seen a lot of algos fail over the years, and I just don't trust that anymore. If you give one advice you wish for you when you started trading, what advice you will give? My one advice is going to be just focus on 1 or 2 trades a day. Because I'll tell you this, when I started trading, I was profitable from day one. I did not have a losing week from day one. For the first 2-3 months, I was very, very profitable. And there was one technique that we were doing, and that was we were looking at the 4-hour candles. Okay, let's take a look at 4-hour over here. Okay, so we're looking at the 4-hour, right? One technique. And this technique was that based on the 4-hour, what we would say is, okay, let's suppose that this is a 4-hour time frame. And we would see that, okay, if a 4-hour candle is going to come to a resistance, we would take a sell. with a 10 pip stop and like a 10 pip TP. That's it. That's all we did. We looked across 10 pairs. We looked at the 4-hour time frames, and if the 4-hour candle would come to a resistance or a support, we take a sell or a buy. And if it was a win, it was a win. If it was a loss, it was a loss. We come back the next day. And doing this, I grew my $700 account to $5,500. And the only reason we started losing was that obviously, you know, some traders are losing trades because there's a probability of loss, right? But instead of accepting the loss, I started removing the stop losses. And the reason why I started removing the stop losses was because I started to do some extra technical analysis. Like I'd bring out my Fibonacci's or I'd bring out my Bollinger Bands, and I would say, oh, no, this will still go my way. I got to remove the stop loss. And that was the only reason I was losing. You know, but then I had to come back to 1 or 2 trades a day, and it started to work. It's a slow process. I'm not gonna lie. It's a very, very slow. It's an extremely, extremely slow process, but the exponential curve in profits it makes, it's unbelievable. Unbelievable. It's like Bitcoin. Let me pull up Bitcoin over here. I give this example a lot to people of Bitcoin example over here. Where's Bitcoin? BTC USD. I hope. Oh wow, we're at 11,000 here. Okay, so if you take a look on the weekly here, so your profitability curve, it's kind of like Bitcoin. Let's go towards the monthly chart. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, right. So look, it went up to $300. It took it like a very, very long time. It was at $5, 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, moved to $6, $7. So it's a very, very slow process. Trading is just like that. Extremely slow process, but once you get in the momentum of taking 1, 2 trades a day, giving it time, man, your whole, like everything just starts to change. Would you trade 4-hour candle or at a specific time every day? It was the 4-hour candle every time. It was a 4-hour candle at 1 p.m., 5 p.m., 9 p.m., 1 p.m., 5 p.m., 9 p.m. Did you try different strategies or stick to this one from day one? Did you use indicators before? Oh yeah. We used to use Fibonacci's, EMAs, Bollinger Bands, Stochastics, MACD, RSI. There was this one time I was trading based on the divergence on RSI versus divergence on MACD. Madness, man. Madness.
Yeah.
And now when I look back, I'm like, what the fuck was I doing, man?
You forgot chart pattern. Head and shoulder.
I never got into that.
Oh no, okay.
Yeah.
What about Wyckoff?
No, I never got into that either.
God, back in the day, Roger, we did all sorts of stuff.
Oh yeah. I mean, now when I look at it, I'm like, wow, I've wasted so much time. But I think it was for the best.
You learn from your mistakes and evolve.
Yes, sir. That's absolutely true. There was I was having a conversation yesterday with somebody, and they were talking about, like, if you could change one thing in your life, what would it be? Just one thing, anything. And I thought about it long and hard, and I said to myself, okay, like, you know what? There's nothing I would change, because even if there was one thing I would change, I may not be where I am today. You know, with respect to thinking, personality, with respect to, like, you know, like financials, my social life, family life. You know, like every failure you have, I mean, if you've bounced from it, you're in a better place right now. So maybe you've learned something from it and stuff like that. So there was nothing I would want to change.
Yeah, that's true.
Because, man, think about it. Whatever happens, every little thing that has happened in the past has brought you where you are today. Every person you've talked to, you've spoken to, like I told my brother, right? So yesterday, so I was basically having this conversation with my brother, and he's like, you know what? If I could change one thing, it would be to get in the family business, and not going to school. And I'm like, okay, if you didn't go to school, maybe you wouldn't have the friends you have right now, right? Maybe your whole social circle would have been different. So everything that you do in life, every little thing, it's changing the course of your future. It's amazing, but man, it's just so, I don't know, it just fascinates me. Every little thing just changes the whole course of your future. Do you like Jazzy B? I don't know. I don't know who Jazzy B is. What is the family business? I'm not going to name it, but we're going to be the biggest leather retail stores in Canada in the next year. Y'all need to trade with what works for you all. Try things, keep notes, eliminate what isn't beneficial, and succeed. And stop asking what's the best broker, what's the best pair. Yes, you got to put in work. You got to put in work. You got to put in work. Not as in like put in work on the charts. Put in work on the time you have to look at the charts. I think that's what matters most. I mean, trading is just like working out. You know, when you go to the gym, you put in work in the gym. You go hard in the gym. So when you're on the charts, some people take it the wrong way. They're like, okay, we need to go hard on the charts. Going hard on the charts doesn't mean start over trading like a maniac. Oh, I'm going hard today. No, going hard means just being focused on waiting, focused on, like, look, right? We came to the charts right over here and price has just been ranging. There's nothing. It's Friday.
Can you name a maniac of trading? Do you have any friend?
Who's a maniac in trading?
Yeah. Look at his face. He's waiting for it.
Looks like Mac's gonna cry or something.
Oh, man.
Okay, he's back. He's back.
Oh, what's up?
Hey, maniac.
Oh, they're terrible.
It's hilarious.
All right, guys, I gotta go.
Oh.
I don't want to risk my profit. There's no nice setup today, so I'm out.
All right.
Camping for the weekend, Sasha?
I don't know. Picking up some leaves from my backyard, you know.
Oh, I got to do that too.
Okay.
Yeah, I got a shitload of leaves, man. I got like 5 big trees in my backyard, so.
Yeah. Do it, because if not, you're gonna catch fire.
Yeah.
Remember, when you don't rake the leaves, you're gonna catch fire.
Yeah, that's gonna be a relaxed weekend.
You have to go buy a rake first.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't have one?
No, I just moved, so I'm buying everything new, you know, and so I need a rake.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Get the one at Costco. It's super huge.
Yeah, I'll see if I can write that off or something.
Oh, man.
Yeah, this man ain't gonna pay $1 in tax.
I bought this rake to rake dollars, you know, from trading. So
yeah. Oh, that's a good one.
Oh, damn.
They ask, man, that's how I pick up all my dollars from the floor.
Carol with the strip club.
All right, good luck, guys.
Bye.
Right,
Good weekend.
You too, brother.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. What's this? Have discipline. Don't let the market get to your head. Learned this the hard way. I grew my account from $400 to $20,000 in July. August lost about 80% of that. Yes. Hey, Raja, can I win FTMO with your trades risking 1%? Probably not. Even if you do that, FTMO will turn around and say, hey, man, we don't like the way you trade, so we will suspend your account. And that's going to be that, you know?
Dude, that company does that more than people know.
Oh, yeah, like people don't speak out on that.
I know. Yeah, FTMO is honestly, it's kind of a joke.
You know what I would do? I think FTMO is getting greedy. If I was running FTMO, I think it's a wonderful business. It's an amazing business. And this business is based on people losing. right? The business is like, okay, like, you know what, if you're going to join a funded program, there's a 90% chance, 80% chance that you will lose, right? And so let's say you pay $500. You pay $500, you get this big account, and statistics say that 80% of the time you will lose that challenge. It's a challenge, right? You will lose that challenge, and once you lose that challenge, that money is going to go to FTMO. It's non-refundable. It's just non-refundable. So if I was them, I would keep the business model to that. You know, now when they start rolling out and saying, oh shit, okay, like, you know what, people are actually profitable, they're making money because they're learning from Instagram or YouTube, they're actually learning to be disciplined traders and they're making money. Oh god damn, we don't have to pay these, like, we don't have enough subscription fees to pay them. Okay, so we're just gonna start shutting off their accounts, you know, and then guys say, hey, but I signed up so that I can trade however I want to pass the challenge. Why is my account being shut down? Oh yeah, we don't like the way you trade.
Yeah, I agree, and that's something that funding talent put into place, and it separates them. I think funding talent's business model is pretty good, especially like, you know, if you don't pass, like, you're paying a monthly subscription, and you know, even if you want to come back, it's at a discounted rate.
Yes, that's one thing I like about them.
Yeah,
that's one thing I like about them. Like, it's not like, oh, you failed the challenge, you got to pay the whole thing again. No, they'll basically say, hey, like, you know, we're gonna give you a little bit of a discount there.
Yeah, and it eases the pressure on the trader as well.
And just to get one thing clear, the only reason I support funding talent is because I'm friends with them. They're my friends, you know, so I support their business, and also their business model is better than the other company I'm not going to name again. No trades for me today. We'll leave now. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, there's no trade over here. Nothing on GJ. Bitcoin. Bitcoin, you could probably see a retest coming on Saturday and then continue going up. I'm just joking, don't take it seriously. Your JPY, look at this, man, garbage. Nothing. It's stuck. The price is not even moving over here. Hey, what's the advantage of trading with a raw spread account instead of a standard account? The only difference is on a raw spread, you pay commissions, you have a lower spread. Standard account, there's no commission and there's a higher spread. Realistically, trading on a raw spread, you're saving maybe like 0.3 pip, 0.4 pip. That's about it.
Oh, do you have a raw ECN, right? On
Yeah.
Vantage?
Yeah, I have a raw
How
ECN
come you don't have the
Vantage.
plus sign next to your pair?
I'm not sure. A lot of
That's
people have
weird.
asked me that. I'm not sure. Maybe it's a hard account, but it shouldn't really make a difference because it's the same liquidity.
Yes, same.
As long as they keep sending me withdrawals, I'm okay with that.
It's probably because you've been with them for so long. I don't know. They probably added that like after.
I don't know. IC markets didn't have one. Yeah, IC markets didn't have one. Blackpool doesn't have. Yeah, I'm not sure. Why are you using TradingView instead of MetaTrader? The only reason why is because the ease of doing analysis on TradingView is really amazing. Like, you can do this, you can do all sorts of, like, you know, changes to your charts. Plus, then people send us links, so it's really easy to open up links here as well. So that's why, you know, it's pretty easy. Other than that, it's the same thing. And also, there's a liability issue too, because I'm representing my company, so I can't show my trading view on air because it's a liability issue. Plus, someone down the road can come around and say, "Oh, hey, this guy here, he's providing financial advice on live accounts here." So I don't want to get into that problem either. Gold is at a heavy resistance at 1920. Oh, 1920 is a strong level for Friday. Look at the weekly candle and think there are chances for this week to close above resistance. You know, Kervin, I agree with that. For it to come up, this weekly is just like GBP/JPY weekly candle, but it's coming up into this situation over here.
Yeah.
Someone is saying gold is going down to 1860. Okay. I'm not going to say that's not possible because that happened the other day. It almost went down to 1860. Any advice or readings on how to build a trading plan or risk management strategy? Building a trading plan, it's really easy. You need to see what time is going to work for you. You know, what time of the day is going to work for you to trade. And then you have to choose a currency pair to trade. I think whenever someone is choosing a currency pair, this is most important, right? Choosing a currency pair is like choosing a life partner. It's really important. You need a currency pair that is not bipolar, you know, which doesn't have any issues. It moves awesome. It's not affected by a lot of things. So if I'm choosing, let's say, the New York session, I'm only going to focus on a currency pair that is influenced by one currency. If I focus on GBP/JPY, I'm going to choose New York session because in New York session, GBP/JPY is only affected by the pound. If I choose GBP/USD, GP or let's say if I choose Euro USD in New York session, now Euro USD is influenced by the Euro and the US dollar. You know, so for Euro USD to really move, I would need the Euro to be really strong and the US dollar to be really weak, or vice versa. You know, so it's going to get pretty difficult. So that's why I focus on a pair which is only influenced by one currency. It's the same way when you look at the Asian session and you like, if people look at the Asian session now, you go back to a chart, so you look at the sessions, you will notice that Euro JPY, GP JPY, and UC JPY, they move the same way in the Asian session because they're only being influenced by one currency, which is JPY, the yen. What's wrong with providing financial advice if you're actually helping people? Because I don't have a license to do that. So there's a big difference. That's like saying, well, you can't drive a car without a license if you're giving people free rides. How long is that going to last? Not very long, my man. Not very long. There are a lot of discussions that happen on funding accounts. And I think people start funding accounts for the wrong reasons. I mean, the reason is to make money, but at the same time, I mean, if you're not consistent in your own account, you won't be consistent on a funded account. Let's just put it that way. So you need to be consistent first. Because I can tell you this, right? So listen here. If you're focused on 1 or 2 trades for 3 months, 4 months, and you're getting like, you know, consistent wins here and there, then you can go to a funded account. Because then going to a funded account is like the same thing saying as, okay, like, you know what, I'm going to deposit more money because I think I'm consistent. People are too quick to throw out the word scam. People don't know the meaning of scam. A scam, the definition of a scam. Let's look at the definition of a scam. Definition of a scam. All right. A scam is a dishonest, a fraud, a guy that scams elderly out of their savings. That's a scam. A scam is where you pay for something and you don't get the service. A scam is where you pay for something and the guy runs away with your money. That's a scam. That's a trick. That's a diddle. Oh, I got diddled by this guy or swindled by this guy. They're running a racket operation. So those are scams. You know, if you're paying someone money and they're not running away, that's not a scam. That's just like, you just need to contact them and say, hey man, what's going on? And if they ignore you, then you're getting scammed. It's not a scam to take advantage of greedy people, nobody does it to but yourself. It's like a lot of ticket, the risk reward, you bought it. That's absolutely true. Absolutely true. I'm a very simple person, and my take on life is also very simple, extremely simple. So just hey, you said you made 500 to 5500. What lot size did you use? I'm not going to say that because that's irrelevant. Do you change your bias often, or do you stick to one and then no trade? I just stick to one bias. Like right now, if we get a candle closing above here, then there's a possibility for price to continue going up. So that's something we shall see.
Yeah. Looks like we're gonna push.
All right, guys, have a good weekend. Gotta get out of here.
All right.
Thanks for the stream, man.
Bye.
Take care.
Take care. See you guys Monday.
All right.
All right. Hey, Kervin, how did you find out about like Forex family?
Was back like 1 year ago, something like that. I had a friend in Peru. We were trading in another group, and basically this guy was having a hard time, and so he blew like 3 accounts, and he was studying by that time. He was going to university, so he ran out of money basically for trading. So I was consistent by that time, and I was getting some money. So I sent him some money on Western Union, just so he can have some money to go to university. And that guy told me, hey man, you're in the United States, why don't you contact Uncle Ted? That guy is a beast. I mean, he's really good at trading. So I messaged Ted on Instagram, and thank God, and this must be God, because Ted doesn't answer to random persons. So I sent a message to Ted asking for help and asking for mentoring. So he was the person who told me, oh, I have a friend, his name is Rakeel. Message him, this is his account. Message him and contact him. He's gonna take care of you. I'm not doing any intakes, any mentoring anymore for people, but he's gonna take care of you. And basically we're together in the same group. So that's how I messaged you, and you tell me, hey, yeah, man, no problem. So that's basically the long story short of how I get into the Forex family, the market fluidity.
Yeah, now we're real life friends.
Yeah, man, it's a blessing, and that's how you know that God is taking care of your back, because this guy in Peru, I didn't knew this guy personally. But in my heart, God put this seed on me. So God told me, man, send some money to this guy. So basically, I sent this money to this guy, and that's how my story with market fluidity and the Forex family started. And it was a blessing for me. I blessed this guy with this money, and this guy giving me the information for Uncle Ted blessed my life, And right now it's a blessing. I mean, being friend with you, with Ted, Mac, the entire Forex family, it's a blessing for me.
Aww. I'm crying.
Maricon song.
Yeah, no, for real.
Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah, that's a beautiful story. There was someone I was talking to the other day, and they said that they found out about our YouTube channel through an MLM. Because on MLM, they were talking about something, and they were talking about, like, Wix, and then the guy mentioned that he learned this from the YouTube channel, and the guy came to the YouTube channel, he spent time in the YouTube channel, And then like, you know, he found out about Instagram, started learning, and then one day he's like, okay, you know what? Yeah, I gotta learn more from these people. So there are, how do you join the Forex family? Well, if you find it, you find it. If you can't find it, then it is what it is. After losing $1,000, I came to $50. Then I analyzed my trades and learned from pro traders, and now from past 5 days, I'm consistent profit with $10 to $25 a day. Oh wow, man, that's beautiful. $10 to $25 a day. That's amazing. Can you imagine if you're consistently making $25 a day, like $30 a day, you're printing money out of nothing. Basically, out of absolutely nothing. There's no work required. The only work here is to just wait. I mean, look at this candle, right? This candle is above this area. It's got 15 minutes left for it to close. So you have to wait 15 minutes for this candle to close. That's all what trading is. And I mean, if you overtrade on Friday, man, you're gonna have a bad time. Oh, wonderful week. Took only 3 trades and up 12%. Oh, beautiful. The way I found about the channel, one day I was searching up how to become a trader. Oh, and different strategy, and clicked a video of small YouTuber. And they said your channel is a great educational place. Oh, nice. Do you work for IML? I think if I worked for IML, I would have been the top IML person out there.
Nah, I would have been the top. I would have been the what goes after the chairman. The guy in the penthouse.
Let's check out how much these IML people make over here. Oh, they got stories. How did you know how much they get paid? Yeah, I don't know how they get paid. They make a lot. I think they make $1 million a month or something like that. Top guys make 500 a month. You know, if you just sign up with IML, in 2-3 months you can start making 100,000 a month.
Oh, just
yeah,
closed.
Yeah, that's why look, they're all so happy over here. They're all making millions and millions of dollars a month. Look at this, so happy, happy faces.
Happy faces.
Happiness everywhere. And then the happiness changes at 2 a.m. in the nighttime when you are 20 trades deep. You can't sleep because you're in massive drawdowns. And IML is there saying, no, you got to believe in yourself. You got to believe in your abilities.
Yeah, it's all like talking.
You got to go hard on the charts, and you go hard one more time, and then you blow your account.
It's not even that. It's, you just get signals and they do harmonic patterns and all that.
So, like a big example of FOMO, experiencing FOMO is right over here, right? Me, I have zero FOMO at this time because it's a Friday and I have to wait for the 30-minute candle to close. And if it continues up over here, that's it. It continues up. I'm in no trade and it is what it is, right? But if a candle closes above 137.200, then there's a possibility for you to wait for another 15-minute candle or whatever for price to continue going up. But waiting comes first.
I actually scalped like 7 pips right now, but I closed right away because I had already taken that EU trade and I didn't want to like overdo it.
Makes sense, makes sense. Raja never addresses fundamental analysis because that's not the way how I trade. I don't trade based on fundamentals. I think fundamentals only move price on like your higher time frames. Like when you're looking at the 30-minute time frame, 15-minute time frame, and you're only sitting on your computer for about 2 hours or 3 hours a day, I don't think fundamentals are really going to help you with that. I think technicals can help you way more within that short period of time.
Somebody saying, Mac, hands where I can see them.
Yo, Burner, my brother. Hey, you man, what a beautiful move.
Yeah, bro. I was trying to tell you on the chat, like I was texting what I was expecting. I was expecting that 7,200 area to get broken and retested, which the 15 closed above it perfectly. 5 on 1 minute retested, and following the EMAs to go up. You know.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I'm up 50 pips on AU right now.
Actually, I closed 3 of my positions, and actually, I'm just leaving the last one that I just entered. Yeah, just at 8 pips right now.
The same thing happened with EU. Just popped up.
Yes, sir. But thing is, I was expecting, like, if you look at AU on the 4 hour, if you notice that we had 2 taps this week at 7,200. So last night and yesterday Asian session, that's what I looked at as my main target. Like, first was the 200 EMA on the 4 hour, and then last night when I saw it start closing above it, I figured we'd be safe to continue going upward.
Plus, if you see the 4 hour, like all the on EU should be about the same on AU. To the left is like a very, very clear pattern and traffic.
I'll take your word for it, but I don't got EU on my screen at all.
Yeah, plus we did a nice break and retest on the 1 hour.
Yeah, bro. But you know how I use my EMAs and stuff. Basically, when I saw it yesterday, when I saw the daily yesterday close on TD, I saw it close above the EMAs. I figured, let me just wait for Asian session to go down to create a bottom wick, and then at that point, basically all of last night into today, I just looking for buys, just continue momentum up.
Yeah, I'm looking at AU right now. It's basically about the same as EU.
Yeah, they have similar market structure, bro, because of the US dollar, you know. But yeah, AU for the last 2 days was basically clean buys. And honestly, like, I know a lot of people don't like EMAs, but from daily all the way down to the 1 minute, all prices are riding above, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So you look for buys.
What are you seeing, like a big curve right on the bottom?
What you mean?
So what do you see on the EMAs? It's just a curve, right? Like from the bottom?
Oh, yeah, bro. Because remember, I don't use EMAs as crosses. Like, I know a lot of people look for a cross and then a retest. I just use them as like a moving support and resistance.
Right.
Level.
Right. So you don't look for like the crosses and
No. I just literally look for, if I see on higher time frames like daily and 4 hour, if I see we're above EMAs and I start looking on the smaller time frame and we're above EMAs, then I'm looking for buys. It's that simple. And then obviously we always keep price action, which you know, bro.
Yeah.
All right, wrong chart. Going back to chart.
Yeah, man. But you know how AU moves real slow. So it's like if you put on like the 14 or 21 EMA on it and you look at the 30 minute, you'll see that price rarely goes under the EMAs. So I just slowly ride out on that, you know?
Yeah.
The range for AU, it's basically 35-40 pips per day.
What EMA do you use to monitor the 30 minute?
Well, I use actually all EMAs. I use 14, 21, 50, and 200. And I use them on all time frames. It's just what I've noticed for the past 2 years with AU is that the 30 minute EMAs respect a lot.
I think the 30 minute is a very good confirmation time frame.
Yes, I actually got that from you, Raja. I used to look a lot at the 1 hour and the 15 minute, and you actually made me really, really focus in on the 30 minute a lot.
You know, I used to do the same thing. I used to look at the 1 hour and 15 minute, and then, because like I was like, why isn't anyone looking at the 30 minute time frame?
Exactly.
Why are we ignoring the poor 30 minute?
And you know, one of my main key setups for AU is like, for example, this morning was when the 30 minute candle closes above resistance, because I've noticed with AU is it'll do all these little like double tops or triple tops that these people call. I don't know. I'm not good with the terminology for that. And what I've noticed is the 30 minutes sometimes will close just a pip above resistance. And then the next 30 minute will come down to make a small wick. And that's when the takeoff happens.
Yeah, sometimes with the EU that you don't even get a wick or anything. It's just
exactly.
15-minute candle just has it's just the body of it.
Yeah, it's like a micro pip of a wick, basically.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, no, this morning, like I said, the 30 minute when it broke above resistance and it created that little minor support again, and then I saw a price closing over EMAs. I basically figured all the momentum was going to continue riding up. I didn't see any news or anything that was going to change momentum for us or cause any type of bias to go back to being bearish, you know.
You got this GJ buy, Raja? No?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
Oh.
Yeah, and Kerwin, what do you have set up for your take profit for AU?
I have this AU open, you know, I closed 50% a couple minutes ago, a while ago. Basically, I'm looking for this 4-hour candle close, and from there, easily, in my opinion, we easily can go to 72, 350.
Oh, you looking? Oh, okay. You looking for like next week and stuff? Okay. I see
Yeah,
that.
because basically, if this 4-hour candle had this enough volume to continue pushing up, the next one is gonna make probably a small pullback, respecting somewhere 7,200
area.
Yes, and then from there just continue going up, you know.
Okay, yeah, you seeing?
Because basically, you know, the AU tends to move really nice, and it's in a steady move. It's a slow, but it's a steady move. So basically, once it start breaking those resistance, it's just gonna continue.
Exactly.
And the best way to trade AU is, like you said, wait for pullbacks, respecting EMAs, because I trade based on EMAs, AU as well. Anything when AU start moving, like you have those clear breaks, just wait for a pullback, kissing the EMA, and from there get your entry, stop loss, basically not too much, 10 15 pips, and let it go. It's gonna continue, you know.
Right, but
if you go to the 4-hour, you're gonna see those clear moves on AU.
Right, but you're gonna try to hold it through the weekend, right?
No.
Oh no, you're not. Yeah, that's
No.
the thing. That's why I closed my.
No,
EU
my
trade.
swap. No, it's too much. No.
Yeah, when I closed my EU trade, because it was the 1-hour break and retest. Now that I'm seeing, you know, the 4-hour, it could actually continue 70 pips up, right? Easily to 1.86, and I'm like, you know, that's not my style to trade. Plus, I don't want to have that, you know, on me during the weekend, and I can't do it, you know.
No, it's too much for me. Last week, last week I managed to let a trade open over the weekend, but the swap fee was too much. And then, you know, basically I'm not that type of trader. I'm
No,
not
we're
anything
not.
on the table over the
You,
weekend.
me, Rakeel, Burner, Burner could hold. But
Burner, shit, I hold my trades. I don't care.
Yeah.
It, like for example, like AU with this runner I got, my TP is on 72.24 because I have a feeling we're gonna tap that area around 72.30, 72.25, and then we'll most likely come back down to 7,200 as a retest.
Right.
So that's where my take profit is. However, it being a Friday, if I did feel we had more upside, I don't mind holding my position over as long as I'm at least, 15, 20 pips in profit, because you don't want to get gapped down and all that during the weekend.
Yeah.
But the way I see it is if we're up 20 pips, 25 pips over the weekend, you don't really see AU gap down, but maybe a couple pips. It's not like beginning of the year with all the Trump and China drama when stuff
right,
was
like
down,
it's like a very strong pair like
amounts.
EU. Yeah, no, I get it. Or like gold, or let's say even GJ gaps a lot too.
Yeah, exactly. So, but that's why I stick with AU. A lot of people ask why I don't trade GJ and all that, but AU moves nice and slow, bro. It's not, you don't have a lot of wild stuff going on.
Yeah, now I'm seeing like on EU that is breaking up, continuing up on that 4-hour, on that big gladiator candle that I'm seeing. It's definitely gonna hit it.
Yeah.
I don't know if today, maybe Monday, but it's going up. And past 1.20, which is $1.20 to the euro. That's a lot already. It's like inflated. It's definitely going to continue to 1.25 easily.
I got that impulsive entry on GJ, and I hope we top that the top range that we have, 137 400 basically.
Yeah.
We may tap there.
Okay.
Because right now the 4 hours looking better.
This is also the new 4-hour candle that's about to start.
Yeah.
To be honest, I would want to see some sort of a retracement down over here, so we can continue up towards 137,400.
Yeah, at least this candle closing above this range, this resistance to the left. If we have this close on this area right here, basically if this candle close above this area right here, clearing all this mess, clearing all this mess, you should be good, because then you may have some sort of pullback, something like this with the next candle, something like this, but the next candle is gonna do something like this, you know.
Yes,
but we need to clear that mess to the left.
Did gold? Oh, gold is at 1920. I hope no one's trying to sell gold as it's moving up, kind of like the same as your USD over here.
Neither buying at the top of that area right there, because it may make a nasty pullback.
Yeah, see, here's the thing with high volatile pairs. You never know how far they will keep on moving, and you never know when they will come down for a retest.
Right.
So the best thing to do is to just wait for a retest, but then as you wait for a retest, you're also risking a move being, you know, like a continuation, and you're just like, oh man, look at it go.
EU just moved 10 pips in literally 1 minute as you were talking. The 9 a.m. open.
All right, let's take a look at this chart here. This is GJ 4-hour chart. Looking for price to. This is an old chart. Yeah, the chart was in the past. Please, for the retracement on GJ, is it better to look on the 15-minute time frame or 30-minute time frame? I think both work. It's all situational. Like sometimes the 30-minute is not going to give you a perfect opportunity and it's going to continue moving. And sometimes, you know, like you're going to have to drop down to the 15-minute to see those kind of things. So it's very situational and depends on, like, you know, what's happening at this point. Like right over here, price is retracing. We look on the 5-minute, yeah, whatever, 5-minute, but 15-minute retracing, 30 minutes also retracing. So for a really, really good trade idea for price to continue moving up towards 137,400 is going to be to wait for some sort of support forming here, so that gives you some sort of a confirmation and confidence to take a trade to continue going up. If you're taking impulse trades on a Friday, I think that's a very, very bad idea. Bad. Just call it a day and come back tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
No, Monday.
Okay.
Monday.
Okay.
I just came across this stream and did some research on this guy Raja. I can tell you right now, he isn't legit. 10 to 15 pips isn't reliable, but you guys are new and believe anything in trading. That's absolutely correct. we have been exposed here today.
Yeah, man.
Oh shit.
Once again.
All right, let's take a look at this here. The chart, not in the past, is trying to clear out where GJ could move in future. Okay. Yeah, I think it should continue moving up here. I think if this is Friday and if, you know, prices really breaking above 137,200, it should continue moving up to fill this range here at 137,400. You know, and that could come up with the end of the week volume here as price comes up as we move on towards, you know, NYC open and London close. But when it comes to for entries, I think stop losses, I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't be taking this trade because it's a Friday, you know, and it hasn't really formed support. But if someone's trying to be a cowboy, I think a good stops are down here at 137, 150, which is like not bad, like 10 pips away. So basically, it's below this breakout candle here. So this is a breakout candle. Stops below right here would be pretty good because even if you get a candle closing below this area, you have a opportunity to, like, you know, what's the word? Opportunity to maintain risk, like to mitigate risk at this point. Like even if candle closes back in, because if candle closes back in, then there's a very low probability that we're going to continue moving up because we're now closing back in the range. Your stop is down here, and you can basically, like, you know, minimize your risk at that point. Another entry.
Yeah, because
very nice.
The first one is already in profit, so this candle did exactly what I expected to do. And now this candle should break that area from there, going to the 137, 300.
Yes.
And 350.
All the way up.
Okay, yeah. Okay. That's just perfect. Not bad to be a Friday though after this break from that nasty range.
Oh yeah, the whole week.
We're getting clear traffic.
Wow, nice.
Oh, there we go. Looks like we're scamming people again today.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good scam, Kerwin.
Another 5-10 pips in the bag. It's good.
Yeah, it should continue on to 137, 400 here.
EU is running nice, 22 pips in profit already.
EU actually retraced, so anyone looking for an entry, but I'm gonna call it a week. Yeah. Goodbye, guys.
Goodbye. Take care.
Yeah, see you guys Monday.
See you in 5 minutes.
Yes.
Trust.
Price will go to 137, 400. Max gonna say, "Oh, we won.
We won.
We won today."
No, I'm done. Done for the day. Banked 400. Chilling.
Oh, just stay broke, guys. I get 500 pips. I trade in the monthly, how real bank professional traders do it, not how some bum that trades little pips. I just came across the stream. Oh, thank you. You know, it takes me 2 minutes just to ban someone from the stream.
John Bill can't get laid. Bye.
Take care. Oh wow, looks like it rejected this area here pretty quick.
Yeah. Exactly. Right. 137.35. It's good. That's enough.
This trade here, I think it was pretty good. Like, you had a low formed here. We had some resistance formed. We executed over here for price to continue down. It was pretty good. Trying to look at how I could have caught this move. Maybe noticing these wicks, lower wicks. And then the candle showed strength by creating a higher high. It could have been a good trade after 15-minute close. This is a price at 15-minute candle close right over here. Okay. I'm not sure where this blue line is from, but the way how I would have caught it would have been right over here when we were talking about it. Like, I'm having the stop below the breakout candle and continue to move up. So yeah, it's still pretty good. I mean, it's a Friday. I don't want to spend too much time here on a Friday on the charts though at the same time. But I'm gonna head off over here. Shout out to Kenya. Shout out to Kenya. All my men's in Kenya. Shout out. People from Kenya get really excited.
Yeah. I mean, you're famous.
I don't know. Alright everyone, I'm gonna head off. Everyone have a good weekend. Be safe.
Okay, Raja, take care, man.
Yes,
Everybody,
sir.
take care. Be safe.
Pleasure, as always.
Enjoy
Hey.
the weekend.
Hey, Christian, as always, good to see you. All right, bless up, everyone.